Hi there and welcome back to my channel Figuring Out AI. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to create amazing images with ChatGPT 5. If you are a beginner, this tutorial will take you from zero to confident in just one video. First, we'll look at how to generate and edit images. Then I'll teach you the secret to writing great prompts for images. And finally, we'll have some fun by creating the same image in not one, not five, not 20, but 55 completely different art styles. Ready? Let's get started. Part 1. How to create images in ChatGPT 5. Step 1. Go to ChatGPT, click on Tools, and then click Create Image. That's the feature we'll be using. Step 2. Write a prompt. Now simply describe the image you want. Here's an example. A cinematic, photorealistic image of a golden retriever wearing aviator sunglasses riding in the passenger seat of a red convertible on a desert highway, with the wind blowing through its fur. Hit enter, and just like that, ChatGPT gives you the image. A golden retriever cruising in style. Step 3. Editing images. But what if I want to make some changes? Well, that's easy. I can say change the car to blue, and the convertible is instantly blue. Or I can select part of the image to edit. Let's highlight the sky. Now type, make it a dramatic sunset with orange and purple clouds. And like that, the sky is transformed while everything else stays the same. I could even say remove the sunglasses and the dog's shades disappear. Step 4. More fun examples. Here are a few more examples to show the variety. A professional fashion photo of a panda in a tuxedo walking down a New York street at night. A children's book style illustration of an elephant learning to ride a skateboard in a park. A tilt-shift miniature photo of a busy Tokyo crosswalk filled with tiny toy cars and people. A 3D render of a medieval knight made entirely out of Lego blocks, standing in a castle courtyard. Every time you change the description, you get something completely new. Step 5. Logo and design. You can even design logos. For example, I could write a clean professional wordmark logo in bold black letters for a company called Horizon Tech, with a simple rising sun icon above the text. And ChatGPT generates a corporate style looking logo. You don't need to be a designer, just describe what you want. Part 2. How to structure prompts. Now let's talk about how to create and write prompts. Every strong prompt has 3 parts: T, S, and D. Type, subject, and details. Type. What kind of image do you want? A photo, a painting, 3D render, sketch, animation, etc. Subject. Who or what is in the image? Is it a person, an animal, character, or an object? And then details. What is happening? Where is it? What is the mood? What is the colors? What is the style? Here's an example. The prompt. A high-quality watercolor painting of a fox sitting under a cherry blossom tree reading a small book with petals falling around it. So the type is the watercolor painting. Subject, a fox, and details, sitting under a cherry blossom tree reading, petals falling. So when you combine all three, ChatGPT knows exactly what you want. Let's say you want text in your image. Put it in a quotation mark. For example, a cartoon drawing of a sandwich holding a protest sign and says, quote, "Eat more salad," quote. The quotes tell ChatGPT that there is text inside the image and that it's not part of your instructions. Let's have a look at aspect ratios. ChatGPT can change images in three shapes. Number one, a square, 1024 by 1024. This is pixels. Horizontal or landscape, it's 1536 by 1024 pixels. Or vertical or portrait, 1024 by 1536. If you don't specify, it chooses randomly, but you can add square, horizontal, or vertical to your prompt, and it will generate exactly that size. So if I type horizontal cinematic photo of a dragon flying over snowy mountains, I'll get a wide landscape shot. If I say vertical, I'll get a tall portrait style image instead. Well, there you have it. Now you know how to generate, edit, and customize images in ChatGPT 5. You've learned about prompts, text, and aspect ratios. Now let's have some fun. I'm going to take the exact same prompt, illustration of a tabby cat with bright green eyes lying on a sofa eating an ice cream cone, cinematic warm lighting, whimsical atmosphere, and show you what it looks like in 55 different art styles. Are you ready? Let's go. Part 3, the 55 styles showcase. Let's start with Pixar animation. Lifelike 3D characters with expressive faces and vibrant, playful colors. Then we have Disney animation, bright, charming 2D style with rounded shapes and magical atmospheres. Then we have anime, just the general kind. Japanese animation with bold line work, expressive eyes, and colorful action. Manga ink drawing, black and white Japanese comic style, dramatic shading, and strong line art. Next we have cyberpunk. This is a futuristic, neon cities, high tech with gritty, dark undertones. And steampunk, retro, futuristic style with gears, brass, steam power, and Victorian fashion. Next up is vaporwave. Neon pastels, 80s computer graphics, surreal retro aesthetics. Retro's 80s neon. Bold neon colors, grid lines, synthwave sunsets, and arcade vibes. Next we have surrealism. Dreamlike, strange combinations that bend reality. And next door is impressionism. Quick, visible brushstrokes capturing light and movement. Expressionism, emotional, exaggerated colors and shapes to inner inner feelings. Cubism, abstract blocks and geometric shapes showing many angles at once. Then we have minimalist flat design. This is a clean, simple graphics with bold shapes and limited detail. And then we have the very well-known watercolor painting, soft, translucent, washed off color blending that's very natural. Next is oil painting, rich textured brush strokes with deep colors and classic detail. Then we have charcoal sketch, rough black shading with smudges and expressive lines. Next up we have pencil drawing. Simple graphite lines, shading and realistic sketching. And next to that is pastel art, chalky textures with soft, bright colors. Then we have acrylic painting, bold modern painting style with vibrant, quick drying colors. And then of course hyperrealism, so detailed it looks more real than a photo. Next we have photorealistic, painted or digital, but nearly indistinguishable from photography. And then we have black and white photography, timeless monochrome capturing light and shadow. Next is a vintage sepia photo, old photo look with warm brown tones. And then modern digital art, sleek polished artworks made with digital brushes and effects. Next up we have low poly 3D art, geometric 3D models made of large flat polygons. And next to that we've got pixel art, blocky art style made from visible pixels like early video games. Next we have 8-bit game style, very simple pixel graphics with limited color palettes. And then 16-bit game style, more colorful, more detailed pixel art from retro consoles. And then we have isometric illustration, 3D-like drawings using angled perspectives, often for maps. And then next to that we have line art, simple outlines without shading or color. Then we have stained glass art, bold outlines with glowing colored glass effect. And next to that graffiti street art, urban spray paint style with bold colors and lettering. Next is pop art, Warhol style, bright repetitive prints with comic and cultural themes. And next to that is fantasy illustration, magical worlds with knights, dragons, and enchanted sceneries. And then we move to dark fantasy, gritty, moody fantasy with monsters and darker tones. And then of course sci-fi concept art, futuristic designs of spaceships, robots, and alien worlds. We move on to matte painting, cinematic, large detail backgrounds used in movies. And next to that, cartoon comic book style, bold outlines, flat colors, and speech bubbles. After that, we have noir film style, dark moody black and white with dramatic shadows. And then retro comic halftone, dotted shading style used in old comics. We then move on to cel-shaded illustration, sharp color blocks giving 3D art a cartoon look. Then we have chiaroscuro lighting, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, which is dramatic contrast between light and dark. Next up is claymation style, handmade clay characters with stop motion look. And next to that, paper cutout collage, layers of paper shapes assembled into pictures. Then we move on to origami art style, folded paper effect making 3D figures. And then everyone's favorite Lego block art, characters and objects made from Lego bricks. Next up is children's book illustration, friendly soft drawings with playful colors. And then doodle sketch, casual quick drawings with a playful tone. Next up is Art Deco style, geometric elegance with gold symmetry and 1920s glamour. Next to that, Art Nouveau style, flowing lines, floral patterns and natural curves. Then we have the classics, the Renaissance painting, classical realistic arts with rich religious themes, and the Baroque painting, dramatic detail painting with light and grandeur. Moving on to Gothic style, dark medieval art with pointed arches and haunting detail. And next to that, futuristic hologram style, sci-fi glowing effects with transparent digital overlays. And last but not least, we have Studio Ghibli, soft, whimsical Japanese animation with cinematic warmth and magical storytelling. And there you have it. 55 completely different styles, all created from the same prompt. This shows just how flexible and creative ChatGPT 5 can be. So if this tutorial helped you, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. I'll be sharing more beginner-friendly guides and tutorials on this channel, so be sure to follow. So thanks for watching Figuring Out AI, and I'll see you in the next video.